Had a pretty interesting turn of events this morning. As always, first thing I do usually when I get to work, get settled in, get some things taken care of. I usually get about 15-20 minutes before we really get going. And I usually check all the security camera footage from the night before. Remember the shadow. It was supposed to just be a project, debunking, trying to figure out what it was. It was weird. Tried to replicate it, didn't exactly get there. Judging by how weird it was, and then just the fact I couldn't replicate it, pretty much just called it and said, all right, well, that's it. I don't know what it is, so can't really claim anything. Well, I have a video from this morning about 35-40 minutes after my wife went to bed. She went to bed at 1 a.m. in the morning. I'd already been in bed for a while. There's another shadow in the same spot, but this time it is, I'm not gonna have to do a lot of debunking. It pretty much looks like a dude. I'm pretty confident in saying that it is a upright, living, walking being on two legs, whatever that is. And I saw it, I'm like, ah, crap, here we go again. And the fact of the matter is, with either one of them, or with a shadow like that, I can't prove what it was, right? It could be 16 Sasquatch holding hands. I can't prove that. But it's kind of why I document the things I do. For one, for me, so I can keep up with stuff. Two, to show the process. And in doing the process, we kind of figure out kind of like what I did wrong before and whatever. Well, this time I'm like, well, I got to be sure. I don't want to put this up and then, let everybody down. It's like, nope, just another nothing again. So you can't hear anything in the audio, really. You can barely hear. There's two different spots where there's two different, very distinct sounds that you can barely hear in the original audio. But I took the audio from the exact timeline and put it in the audio program again. And this time I have no problem saying this is something on two legs that walked around the corner of that house and made a shadow on that same side where the other one was, because it makes a sound. There's a obvious dunk or something. And then right when you start seeing the shadow, there's a bump. Well, I think that's the slide. I built my kids a tree house a couple years ago, took that apart, started building a better one. I've got that slide over here on the side of the house. That's what it sounds like it hits. It's at the same time, right when it's going around that corner. So now there's a shadow. Now we've got the audio to back it up. And I actually pulled that audio, and it's not impressive audio. All you're hearing is bumps. But it lines up with the movement of it, okay? Well, that's pretty much it for me on the, for years, for about 2 years, I had cameras up all around my house. And then when I got into doing this, you hear about the infrared and everything else. Well, I quit using them. And then gradually I started putting them back up, or started using them again. Well, no more gradual about it. I've got everything is now covered. Right now, I have more to put out, or that I'm going to start using again. I've had to make some changes with the IR bulbs, do some other things to try to, I don't know. I wish we knew 100% this IR thing, but I'm gonna have to take a chance. I'm kind of tired of it. It gets frustrating to get just so close and then not quite there, So I'm going for it. Every inch is covered, pretty much. Inside, my yard, inside the fence. So getting cameras out in the woods, that's another. I just simply do not have enough cameras to cover every single inch. But there is no way to approach my house and get into my yard now. Even the back deck, both sides. The only way is right up straight through the front of my yard. But that'll be fixed by tomorrow. So there's one out there, but it doesn't go any further than the porch. And I'm going to leave this set up the way it is for a very long time. And that's the reason why I turned them off to begin with, is because after I put them up, I was only getting activity on the side of my yard where I got like the first thermal. And then after I cut them off, then I started getting it on this side of the house and then behind the house. And then I'd put a camera up and then I wouldn't get activity there for a while. Now, some of that, I've got to be able to leave it out long enough to make sure it's not just odds, you know, that, all right, well, I left it up for 21 days, but on day 22, it would have walked by there. So I'm going to leave them static in the same spot, keep the same areas covered, and see if it changes anything, you know. I mean, I'm scared it's going to, like, I don't know. I don't want it to stop the activity, but I got to figure it out some way, you know. Got to try. But all this money on cameras and equipment and everything else, if they quit coming up, they quit coming up, you know. But I know everybody else gets frustrated just like I do. Or it just gets almost there, you know. He got the good thermal, but thermal's good, but I want video, you know. I want good, you know, video. So we'll see. I put the you'll see the video. I'll go through slow-mo on the video, and then I'll go through the audio, and you'll be on. Audio's not impressive. It just shows, and it shows me that it's not just an artifact. It's not just a bird. It's not a bug. It's something that makes two very distinct loud noises. So, or loud enough for the camera to pick up. So that's good to go. That's progress, you know. But talk to y'all later. Have a good one.